great war comes as we know it must. And the government says it's time for every citizen to go and fight to the death.
Welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. I appreciate you guys tuning in and the support of the channel. I have the replay of the week with Mad Dog in his Tier 8 German Tiger II heavy tank. You can see that he is loaded into airfield and he is bottom tier on a 3-5-7 battle. He's also going to get his third mark on the Tiger II with this game. It's a pretty good game. Not an epic game, but definitely a solid game. And it is going to show you some really great positioning. Going to show you how to work this middle hill on airfield. He's going to show you how to work a heavy bottom tier and be effective. And several very good micro positioning positions for getting shots on airfield. I don't usually go to this middle hill, but it is absolutely a great spot. And for very good players who understand the firing lanes on this map and flexing, it can actually be quite an effective spot to go to. So he is on his, or in his, Tier 8 heavy tank, and you can see initially he's coming right here. So this is one of those lanes I was talking about where you can get shots. You can see that anybody who pokes around through the middle right there and trying to fight your guys on the heavy brawling area can be shot in the side. You're also hold down here, and here's the first customer. He eats 271, and off he goes. Starts to run away. Mad Dog continues to work on him. Got him. Oh, almost. Had him tracked, but wasn't able to get reloaded in time. And this guy seems to want to come forward some more. Tempting Mad Dog to shoot him, but not quite, and off he goes. So remember when you're working that heavy brawling area over there that you are vulnerable to be shot in the sides from that little micro position. That lane gives shots. 1390 is up in that bush. That's another spot. You'll see Mad Dog use that a little while later. So he's going to push up into hit this area here and see if he can get some more shots. Now his team is pretty well overmatched right there in the middle. And that is one of the reasons I go to the middle. So this kind of thing doesn't happen. But he's got the FV back there. Some other TDs back in the corner kind of tearing these guys up. So let's see how Mad Dog's team does, even though they're well overmatched on the heavy area. You can see that his team is very passive, so Mad Dog is not going to come raging forward and try to push into the enemy. This team, he's going to have to work with what he's got. This team is pretty passive. So here we go, see if we can get that shot in. No, it looks like the AMX was able to get a shot on him. I don't know if that AMX realizes that his lower plate is poking out right there. This is a fantastic shot right here, right onto the top of the 75 roof, or potentially into that hatch right there. Takes him down. Unfortunately, the Bulldog eats it, and the enemy team is a little bit ahead. Now, they didn't really take full advantage of their overmatch, and they also got torn up by the TDs, it looks like. Nice shot there, and he continues to work this spot. You can see that if you back down lower, then you do have shots up onto their little sniper hill. So he showed you a couple ways to use that spot right there. Got two enemy TDs way up in the north, which is a fine spot if they have shots. Takes down another tank. There goes the Batchat 25 TAP. So that grill and the other TD, that's a fine spot if you've got the shots. But now they're kind of cornered in there. And the rest of Mad Dog's team can work without worrying too much about them, as long as his team doesn't get out in the open. If they do try to cross, the T-30 and the Sturb will have shots. Now you can see he's now worked his way up into that bush. That's what I was talking about just a moment ago. Is a good micro position for shots into the little sniper position. Now, this is the flexing part. He's kind of been stuck right here for most of the game, but he's had shots, and now he's working over. He sees that WT moving through. He's going to come over, and with the help of that M46 KR, make sure they can get rid of the WT, and the WT goes down. He'll continue to move across the middle. And now we're just looking to find out, all right, where's that Sturv? And maybe I can find that scout. And he doesn't want to get spotted unless he has to, because he does have the 55-58 to worry about. And that thing will rain 3 shells down on you. And he's going to move back to the middle. So he's got the T-54, the Sturv. The other TD looks like has left the corner. He's got a Sturv in amongst his town, and then a Foch is going up on the south. So now he's going to start getting potentially lights, and there's that GF again. So the GF has not left the little sniper position. So you'll see Mad Dog drive back up into this bush right here and see if he can't catch this guy unaware. Just can't quite get a shot on the grill. And the grill goes down from the Conqueror. Nice shot right there. Right into the 91 GF, or the 90 GF. So there's a T95 and a Panzer, a JPZ 100, and a Sturv, and it looks like he was spotted there, so he's going to eat a shot from the 55-58. And I can't tell here, Mad Dog, you seem to be running without Sixth Sense right here, unless I missed it. Gutsy move, or potentially I'm just missing it. Mad Dog displays a lot of patience in the game. That's something you can learn from. He ends up having quite a bit more than I do. And his team is starting to get out ahead. Just looking for that scout. If they can kill that 4190 GF, that would open up a lot of the map for them. It's a waiting game at this point. There's the Sturv. Looks like they're pushing in on the 103B. Not a bad decision, especially if that JPZ and T95 are hanging out down there by the cap like they showed their last position. It was a good opportunity to push in and take out that Sturv, which it looks like they did. And Mad Dog's going to swing around and continue to use. So he's hung around this hill, and you're going to find out another thing that this hill is good for, especially late game. Late game, once your tanks start to push in, having control of this hill gives you quite a bit of command of the battlefield. And he's going to end up finding these two TDs. Gets up to the top. He's looking at the scout. Would be really nice to get rid of that guy, like I said earlier. That thing's got the eyes. And the Artie ends up killing him. So there we go. Now he's got command of the hill. The two TDs are there. Takes a shot into the JPZ. The T95 is out in the field as well. There's the T95. Just carefully looking for shots on these guys. Maybe he'll back into it. Alright, puts one into there. Good idea. Another thing you'll notice with Mad Dog is he doesn't really spam out the gold. So he's taking every shot right now so far without gold. And it looks like he was spotted on that last one, so the E100 knew he was there. That was actually a good move by him. You see how he just sort of poked out a little bit, expecting to have been spotted, and then came right back and was able to dodge that shot. He's looked down on the JPZ, so yeah, we're going for the lower plate, but there's even more angle from this being up high, so he's going to have a hard time pinning that. He's switched to gold now. And this is the appropriate time for that. The T95 is there as well. What's that T95 doing? Now the T95 has to turn, and he's got friends on both sides. There's another shot into him. And more than likely spotted now. At this point, we're just waiting for the artillery. Yes, there it is. Waiting for the artillery to start shooting. He immediately fixes it with the med kit, and that's a great idea because he's able then to take that shot right there and put it into the side of the T95. He knows he's probably going to get hit again by the artillery. Unless, yep, there it is. And we'll stop it right here because if you noticed the marker for where the hit direction was right there, and that immediately tells him that this arty is probably up in this area here in the northwest. And I believe he clicks on it here in a moment. Tells them that it's up there. I also like this. This is something I will do as well. There he goes. So he's clicking and saying, hey, the arty's up there. That's where the guy hit me from. From the center hill, you can do the same thing from the sniper hill. He's just basically looking towards where the arty is, and he might get a light and be able to get a little bit more hit points off of the artillery up in the corner there. Let's see what happens with that. T95 or T54 is heading up there. There goes the Sturv. Those are nice and fast. Decent view range on those things. Is he going to get it? Moves a little bit forward. You'll notice that you are dealing with a bit of a draw distance issue right here. So if he is well up in the corner, he'll be right out of draw distance. Mad Dog's waiting for him. Come on. There. Oh, he's behind a rock. Behind a rock. And he goes down. T30 ends up getting him. So nice job on that. Displaying a couple things. How to use that middle hill on airfield. How to flex and pay attention to the mini-map. And a couple really good micro positions on the hill. Spaces you can get to get shots. Especially this one down here that allows shots up into the side of tanks attempting to poke and peek in the heavy brawling area. Backing down a little bit more, shots up onto their sniper hill, and then of course that bush right there, which allows the same thing. A little bit more exposed, but also a bush there, which will help stop them from seeing you. And then late game, the usefulness of this hill up here, once you own it, getting shots on guys that are in cleanup phase. It also works really well for anything that's hanging out back here in the cap as well, taking shots into there. And Mad Dog gets his 3rd mark on the Tiger 2 heavy tank. Nice job, man. Alright guys, hope you like what you heard. Hope you heard or saw, however you want to look at it. And if you did, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you.